All right, Mr. Seward here, and right now I am going to show you how to set up your drawings for uh, being turned into JPEG files, picture files, so that you can put these into a PowerPoint nice and easily. First of all, I of course have my drawing done. It's all completed. It's your best work. It's corrections might have been made, all that kind of stuff. And I have my title block here, and we're going to need to make some changes. One of the requirements is that this drawing evaluation block goes away. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go down here to where it says Layout 1. I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to select the word Move or Copy. And this is layout number 1. If I want a layout number 2, I could click on it here, but I'm going to use this one that's layout number 1. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to click on this little box that says Create a Copy, and I'm going to say OK. Now, what you're going to notice is down here, you're going to see layout 1 and then in parentheses 2. That's because this is that copy. So I'm now going to, just for my own sanity, I'm going to actually right click on this again and say move. That's highlighted, and I'm going to click move to end and say OK. Now what you'll see is that it is located all the way over here to the right. Couple things. One thing being that everything that's drawn on the object layer needs to be a thicker line than anything that's drawn on the centers or on the dimensions when you have those on a drawing. So we're going to go up to layer properties, and I'm going to go to my object layer. And this doesn't have to be your current layer. In my case it is, but it doesn't have to be. Where it says line weight right here, I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to put in a line weight of 0.4 millimeters, and I'm going to say OK. And then I will close this out. Now what that'll do is it will give you a better representation of your line weights. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I am actually going to explode this title block. So I'm going to type EXP, and I'm going to choose Explode Tool, and I'm going to come down here to the title block and watch what happens to all this information when I do that. So I'll click on it and I'll hit enter, and you'll see that this turns to the word title. So if I undo this for a second, so this is going to, oops, come on you. This is going to be called plotting and Seward and all of this other stuff over here. This all changes. So we need to fix that. So I'm going to type in my EXP code again. Whoops. EXP. Shoot. All right. EX. Software has decided to give me a hard time tonight. All right. So I'm going to click on this and then hit enter, and it changes. So now I have to correct this in the drawing here. So I'm going to double click on this, and where it says tag, I'm going to type the name of the drawing. Remember, it's got to be in caps. Plotting. Say OK. Of course, my name is down here. This is lab number, I don't know what number it is, number 3. I'll just say OK. Scale is going to be whatever the scale was. I'm just going to call it 1:1 for right now. And then the class is EGR 119, checked as blank. But what this allows me to do now is to actually come here, and I'm going to delete this block off of my titles. Oh, I got to put in the date today. Oops, come on. There we go. Let's just say it's 5-2021. It's May of 2021. That's all I'm going to put there. All right, because that's when the drawing is going to be in my portfolio. Now, what I need to do, of course, is print this. So I'm going to go up to my printer icon, and instead of whatever the printer is that we've been using here, I'm going to go down to, let's see, I think, yeah, it's the JPEG. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go publish to web jpeg.pc3. Click on that. My paper size is going to be this up top one. It's called Sun-Rise 1600 by 1280 pixels. What to plot? Now, in this case, we're going to choose the word window. And then we're going to go to the word window to the right of that and click. And we're actually going to choose the window. And what I want you to pick is, I'm going to put my upper left corner just inside of that dotted line down to the lower right one. And I'm going to also click on center the plot. And I'm going to make sure I have monochrome shows up here. I'm going to plot object line weights as checked. And I'm going to hit the word preview. And I should be able to zoom in. And when I zoom in just a little bit, you can see that anything that was on the object layer, which was all the white stuff, is going to be a darker shade than my center lines or my dimensions or anything of that nature. So I should be ready to go here. And as all I'm going to do is say OK. Then I'm going to locate where this is going on my computer. This is going to my E drive, GCC courses 119. I'm going to put this in my portfolio requirements folder. And this is going to be lab 3. I'm going to follow this same format that I have up here, I guess is the best way to put it. Oops. Space 2021. And I'll delete this. And I'll make sure that this says plotting, which is the name of the drawing. And I'll hit save. Now that drawing is all set to be put into my portfolio, which will be what I'm going to show you how to do in the next video.